Everyone. So my name is Mark Kuresen and I'm CEO and one of the founders of ConfidentialMind. So I'll quickly tell you about secure enterprise AI on Vultr. So there are kind of three big challenges in enterprise AI that we see at ConfidentialMind. So we are a Finnish software company specializing in AI inference for enterprises and for service providers, basically. So one is, of course, security. So how do you make sure that your data stays secure, doesn't go to any third-party systems? Um, One is, of course, like how do you build these systems in a way that you're able to move fast? Uh, and then, of course, the third thing is costs. So how do you keep costs down? How do you integrate generative AI? How do you build business experiences based on generative AI in a way that doesn't break the bank, so to speak? So I think many of you in the enterprise are probably at this stage of doing your own inference platform, potentially on top of certain uh, compute, for example, on Vultr or other platforms. Typically, that's expensive, right? That's also work that maybe to many of you is not at the core of what you do, and we at Confidential Mind, we provide an alternative for that do-it-yourself approach. So basically, we provide a platform that goes well beyond what the majority of the inference platforms do. So the majority of the inference platforms, they end at deploying an LLM to a specific environment, be that on-prem or neo-cloud or a private cloud or public cloud, right? We also provide enterprise-grade, production-ready AI systems for RAG, for semantic search, for agents. And I will show a quick demo later about our agent system. And these are ready to go, ready to deploy in minutes with your private data in your private environment, have been pre-vetted by our team. And then now what we're doing a lot is we are also adding AI observability so that you can see what, for example, different agents did, all the paths they took for each action, right? And also enterprise observability, what each user of your environment did at any given moment, and all the very granular logs of that. So essentially what we provide is a whole generative AI cloud within a cloud. So cloud in a cloud. And also, of course, you can take this platform with you to various different places. So we have customers who migrate then the platform to for example, to their on-prem environment, or they duplicate that platform to various different environments. Yeah, so like more technically, what we feature. So these are, of course, all the things that are at the center of a typical generative AI inference platform. But what we've tried to do very differently, like I explained before, is to make things very, very easy. So our typical user persona is not a data scientist or not an AI guru or AI infrastructure guru. Instead, our user persona is a software engineer. And this has, of course, helped us a lot with customers because there's limited talent pool available for AI infrastructure people and AI experts. In terms of the technical components here, we've done a lot of selection. So our company has been running for 2 years now, and we have gone through different types of components and selected what are the best components to use. So in some sense, we are, you could say, opinionated, right? So we have opinions. What is the best possible way to do these things? So with Vultr, where do we add value in the stack? So typically, of course, at the lower levels of the stack, it's the AI hardware, different kinds of compute hardware, the servers. On top of that, you do typically operate some type of virtualization, and then there's a cloud native software layer on top of that. The problem with cloud native is that not so many people actually like Kubernetes as such. So what we've done is that we've abstracted away the complexity of working with Kubernetes. It just works, right? And you can get these workloads deployed. You can get your AI systems deployed. You don't need to be a Kubernetes expert. And everything's very reliable. So what we have seen in the segment of, let's say, generative AI and AI stack and infrastructure is that between the applications and the cloud native layer, there's a gap. And this is a gap that we are filling with ConfidentialMind, and we call it software-defined AI. And of course, what eventually comes from us filling this gap is that it's so much easier for you to build your applications, all the applications that you want, and because you are the experts in your business, we are not the experts in your business areas, but we make it very easy for you to build with your data in any environment where you want, especially, of course, in a scalable environment like Vultr. So together with Vultr, we offer a turnkey solution. So we run on top of Vultr's managed Kubernetes, so Kubernetes engine. We can also run on AMD GPUs on Vultr. We have done that. Of course, Vultr has also NVIDIA GPUs available. We offer high availability and all inference auto-scaling abilities that you expect from a platform like this. But then with us, you also get access to expert support from Vultr team and our team. And we've been involved in building and shaping many, especially European AI applications, and have, let's say, experiences that are valuable. So we know what problems to avoid. And then overall, this solution makes it very easy to integrate open source, large AI models. So, and we also, of course, provide certain guidance there, which models to use for which use cases. So this is kind of hidden knowledge gathered over the years. And also cost efficiency. So like our next focus area is how to help customers manage the clusters efficiently, right? Nobody wants to have the clusters running inefficiently. So, you know, what this means in our context is like moving the models around, balancing the cluster so that it works in the most efficient way, kind of scaling to zero the models that are not needed, all these kind of things. And then, of course, the production-grade AI systems for enterprise. So I have a demo. I recorded it because I heard that the internet connection maybe is not so good here. But so I'll show. This is a kind of latest and the greatest from us. So let me just deploy this to full screen. So this demo, what you see here, so this is our environment deployed in a private cloud manner, and we offer a very easy user interface to manage the cluster. And here, the idea of the demo is to show agentic RAG. So basically, we deploy an agentic RAG system that can interface with the data that has already been connected to the cluster. But this same agent logic that we build into the stack, you can use to pretty much deploy any MCP type agent and any environment. So here we go and we check out the endpoint. So we show how it functions. We give it a name, so it's its own collection of microservices, and then we deploy it. So this is now being deployed inside the ConfidentialMind cluster, and then we can also view like what are the relations, what are the components being used inside that agent system. And once this has deployed, we can access it via an API URL, just like we would access any LLM, and that follows the OpenAI standard. And we already have, of course, access to metrics and all this kind of information. So here, what we're doing is that for this specific agent microservice, we're connecting it with a RAG agent tool, and then deploying that RAG agent tool. And the RAG agent tool will be connected with a specific already existing RAG endpoint that has been connected with data. So this way we can basically manage the data usage and data access. And now that it has been deployed, we can go to an open source tool like OpenWeb UI and access that agent. And it delivers information based on what information it has access to. And this is a fully agentic system, so it will go through tools and whatever data sources that have been connected to it. And irrespective of the size of the data sources, irrespective of the location where this has been deployed. And we make it very easy to integrate these type of experiences into your applications, basically. So that's pretty much it from me. But of course, like the kind of agent functionality that you see there, you can use any MCP server and then host that in your own environment. And all the data, all the LLMs, everything that you've hosted in your ConfidentialMind environment, you can migrate that whole environment potentially or replicate it in another environment as well. Thank you.